is Mrs. Spillman here with you this week for our announcements. We have quite a few announcements, and we have a video from Mrs. Villarreal that I'm going to insert about attendance because it is National Attendance Awareness Month for September. So we want to make sure you understand our contests we have going on for coming to school every day. So let's get started. All right, first off, we are in the month of September, and September is about responsibility. So make sure you're doing the things you're supposed to and accepting the positive or negative outcomes of our actions. So make sure that you take responsibility for the actions that you make, whether they're good or bad. And make sure you ask permission to do something. And today is September 11th. It's a national day of doing something nice for others. So make sure you work today to do something nice for someone. All right, we are starting Hispanic Heritage Month at the end of the week. So we are going to highlight someone each week that has made a difference. So this week I am going to highlight Hilda Solis. She was the first Hispanic to be a member of the U.S. Cabinet when she served as Secretary of Labor. So great job to Hilda, and I'm so glad she could make a positive impact for us. All right, we do have a student council meeting for all class representatives at 8 o'clock on Thursday morning in the library, so make sure you are here on time for that. Pyrograms are on sale this week. 5th grade is selling a pyrograms for $1. They will be at the playground for students and at the front gate for any parents that would like to purchase one. We do have a minimum day this week since we have a full week. On Wednesday is a minimum day. Let your parents know you will be released at 1:30. All right, we have cross-country practice this week on Tuesday and Thursday. If you're going to miss it for something else, be sure to let Coach Gomez know, please. All right, again, if it does not belong to you, leave it alone. We don't want, responsibility means leaving things at home that don't belong at school, but it also means not going into things that are not yours. So make sure you leave all backpacks alone and only bring to school what you need to bring to school. All right, Crocs. I know we've been announcing about Crocs for the past couple weeks, but we are having some problems with Crocs because students are not wearing them in sport mode. So I just want to let you know, if you are not wearing them in sport mode, you are going to lose the privilege of wearing them to school. And you cannot wear Crocs to PE. You must wear some tennis shoes. So make sure that you are following the directions so that you don't lose the privilege of having the Crocs. All right, playground equipment. Again, make sure to pick up all the equipment before returning to class. This has been an issue with 5th grade, but applies to all grade levels. So make sure 5th grade, you're the last ones out there. Make sure it's all picked up. In the morning, if you walk by a hula hoop that's on the ground, why don't you stop and pick it up and put it on the rack? Even if you didn't use it, that's just a nice thing to do. So make sure we're putting all that equipment away after each recess. All right, soccer. We're going to bring back soccer equipment at lunchtime only. And right now it's only going to be for 3rd, 4th, and 5th grade students. So here are some basic things to help us keep soccer going. All right, you need to set up boundaries before you start, and you only get half of the field for your game so that we can have multiple games going on. Pick 2 teams. Do not hang on the goalpost. We want to keep that looking nice. If it goes out of bounds, you must throw it in. There are no slides, tackles, or elbows. Shoes must be worn, and if you're wearing a shoe that's not appropriate for PE, then you should not be playing soccer, and that will include Crocs. Crocs are not to be played with on the soccer field. Only the goalie is in the goal, and no touching the ball unless you are the goalie. So let's remember those so that we can keep it going. For our 1st and 2nd graders, we will see when you guys are ready to bring soccer back, but we have to make sure you're ready. All right, the audition week is here. First round of auditions are this Wednesday after school. You will go home after you have completed your audition. You can practice during lunch in room 40. Auditions will be in room 40 in Mrs. Hoag's room. So after school Wednesday, go to Mrs. Hoag's room. As soon as your audition's done, you can call your parents and they can come pick you up. Good luck, Foxes. All right, Grandparents' Day. Thank you so much to everyone that brought their grandparents, and I want to thank my student council. You hosted an amazing first event. It was so wonderful. The grandparents were so happy to get to spend time with their grandchildren, and we thank all of our grandparents for the big role they play. All right, we have flagpole this week, and we're celebrating National Fox Day. Make sure to wear your orange and blue and wear any fox gear you have, and Mrs. Luna's class will be leading the way out there. Can't wait to see you all on flagpole. All right, our positive office referrals for the week. We have Yamaleth from Ms. Bay's class. She was helping a new student that was having a rough morning. She gave lots of love. Thank you, Yamaleth. All right, we have Mayrani and Annalise that earned positive office referrals from Mrs. Newville for reaching 100% on reflex math. It's only September and they have already met their math goal for the whole year. Mrs. Newville did want to challenge them to work on their reading goals so they can be top foxes this trimester. Great job, ladies. All right, Mario has a positive referral because he helped a student who was struggling. He sat with the student and helped him feel happy. Thank you, Mario. And Mrs. Newville's class is on a roll. Aiden has already reached top fox status this trimester. Congratulations, Aiden. All right, our Live the Cree goal is 7, but don't stop when you get to 7. That means your class is doing the right things. Keep it going. Here is where we are. We already have some classes that are almost there. So keep going, making those good choices. We're so proud of you. All right, right here, I'm going to pause and I'm going to put Mrs. Villarreal's video in. It is about 5 minutes. She's going to explain the competition and announce all the winners from last week that had perfect attendance. So here we go.
Happy Monday, everyone. It's Mrs. Villarreal here. So I just wanted to talk to you about attendance for a bit. So we do have our weekly attendance update, and right now, 4th grade is still holding the lead, and they even made a small gain. But 5th grade also made a huge gain, so they're trying to catch up and claim their first place spot back. Now remember, September is Attendance Awareness Month, so be sure to be here every day. Every week, we will pick 2 students from every grade level who have had perfect attendance for the previous week, and they will have a special treat at lunchtime. So before we see who those winners are, let's go ahead and check out some information on why attendance is important. Remember that attendance matters. We have green, yellow, and red. And remember, green means go when you see a stoplight. So 6 days or less absences per year is our goal. We know students get sick, we know things come up, but we shouldn't try to be absent more than 6 times a year. If you meet that goal, then very good, you hit your target. Yellow is kind of that middle area where you miss between 7 and 15 days a year. That's below expectations, so we've got this and we want you to try a little better. Now, red is where we're concerned, is if you have 16 or more absences a year, if you have poor attendance, let us know how we can help you. And this is a flyer that's going to go out this week to your parents. Why does attendance matter? Well, missing a day of school here or there may not seem like much, but absences do add up. So let's check this out. When a student misses 2 days a month, they will miss 20 days of school a year, 30 hours of math a year, and 60 hours of reading and writing in a school year. And that's just missing 2 days a month. So if they do this every year for their entire school career, they'll miss 1 year of school by the time they get to graduation. That's huge. If a student misses 4 days a month, they will miss 40 days of school a year. They'll miss over 60 hours of math and 120 hours of reading and writing in a school year. If you add that all up to your high school graduation, that means you'll miss 2 years of school. So that is huge. Learning is very important, so we want to make sure you're here. So we're going back to this slide. We're going to give 2 students in every grade level a sweet treat at lunch today. So let's see who those lucky winners are who had perfect attendance all last week. Okay, so these are our Kinder and TK students with perfect attendance last week. So let's see who our winners are. We have Aurora, and Aurora is in Miss Zhang's Kinder class. So let's go ahead and see who our next Kinder or TK winner is. We have, is it Adriel or Alondra? It's going to be Alondra. And Alondra is also in Miss Zhang's Kinder class. So we have 2 winners from Miss Zhang's Kinder class. Here we go with 1st grade winners. Let's see who our first winner is. And our first winner is Adela. Adela is in Mrs. Gomez's class. So congratulations, Adela. You'll have your sweet treat at lunch. And let's go ahead and see who our second 1st grade winner is. And that winner is... Here we go. Elmira Y. And Elmira is in Mrs. Latios's 1st grade class. So congratulations to our 2 1st graders. Okay, now we've got our names up for 2nd grade. So let's see who our 2 2nd graders are. And we have, here we go. Mason James. And Mason James is in Miss Newville's class. And our next second grader is Deleza. And Deleza is in Miss Van Cleve's second grade class. Let's move on to third grade. All right, let's go ahead and see who our third grade winners are. So here's the wheel spinning, and it looks like our winner is Matthew M. And that is Matthew and Miss Bay's class. Congratulations, Matthew. And let's go ahead and see who our next third grade winner is. And that is going to be Jordan. And my air conditioning turned on, so that's what that loud noise was. Let's go ahead and see who Jordan's teacher is. Jordan's teacher is Miss Andrews. So congratulations to our third grade students. Let's move on to fourth grade. Okay, our fourth grade students are loaded. So let's see who our first fourth grade student is. And that is going to be Matthew. And this is Matthew and Mr. Downey's fourth grade class. And let's see who our next fourth grade winner is. And that is going to be Bianca. And Bianca is in Miss Garcia's fourth grade class. Let's see who our fifth grade winners are. Okay, our fifth graders are loaded, and let's see who our fifth grade winners are. We have our first winner, and that is going to be Leah. And Leah is in Miss Patrick and Miss Wally's class. And our last fifth grade student is going to be, let's see who the lucky winner is, Ariana M. And this is Ariana in Miss Lowe's class. Congratulations to all the winners, and I'll let Miss Spielman take it from here.
All right, thank you, Mrs. Villarreal, for that great presentation, and congratulations to all our winners for the perfect attendance this week. So make sure you are here every day. It is always important to be at school. All right, a shout out to Mrs. Charo's class for celebrating Foxes on Time with a snow cone party. We had a blast with your class and can't wait to go back again. And then we went by Mrs. Vargas's second grade class and celebrated Foxes on Time. Congratulations to Mrs. Vargas's class. We can't wait to come back. And then we stopped by Mrs. Ray's class because Mrs. Ray won Name That Tune that we played. And again, teachers, we're going to do it again in October. We had a fun time with that. You never know what day it's going to be. But thank you for playing, Mrs. Ray. All right, perfect attendance to Mrs. Lowe, Mrs. Birnbaum, and Mrs. Gomez on September 7th. Mrs. Newville and Mrs. Ray on September 8th. And it is time for our kindness ticket winner. So let's see who we have today. Today we have Mayrani from Mrs. Newville's class for being kind. And she got a positive referral. It's a great day for her. All right, our next winner is Liliana from Mrs. Gomez's class for being responsible and being kind and always cleaning up after others. Good job, Liliana. Our next winner is Audrey from Mrs. Ray's class for being kind and being helpful. Congratulations, Audrey. And our next winner is Lynette from Mrs. Wally's class for being a good friend, for being safe, being responsible, being respectful, and being kind. Good job, Lynette. And our next winner is going to be Darlene Chavez from Mrs. Zhang, Mr. Chavez's class for being responsible. Congratulations, Darlene, Lynette, Audrey, Liliana, and Mayrani. I'll be around this week to get you your prizes. All right, our quote of the week, learning is never done without errors and defeat. So yes, sometimes we make mistakes and sometimes we feel like we lost, but we keep going. All right, birthday books. If your birthday's at the end of this video, make sure you stop by the library to get that birthday book. All right, have a great week. Make good choices. We're here for you. We've got a lot going on. If you have any questions, please ask. So let's get those foxes up. To be a fox, repeat in your mind. Be safe, be responsible, respectful, and kind. All right, have a great week. Bye.